Hey, we're live and we're getting set up. Woo, okay, I'll be right back. I got a couple things I need to do, but you guys will get the login screen. Gary. Okay, I'm back. Let's join VC and start grabbing people. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
I am currently wrestling with two beasts over my pizza, so I apologize in advance.
Well, that
You're
sounds like...
wrestling pizza?
No, he's wrestling with his cat.
So, Lucia,
That's me.
I promise you nothing with my healing. I will do my best.
That's fine. We're still very early in the prog. I'm not expecting too much out of it. That's a Kojin.
Said it's my turn with the Eep today.
Lucia, for dance floor 1,
Yes.
what is your prio? Like, how do you determine which...
You'll be in Lena's squad, which means you're going to be on the east side. Your priority is east, north, or south.
Oh, for some reason I thought Tim was asking.
Wait, what? My priority is everywhere?
No, east and north or south, depending on where the safe spot is, because you'll be out. Dance floor 1's the one where you have to go into the spotlight, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so east side of the room, and then either the north spotlight or south spotlight, whichever's safe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you are just doing it the split east-west side. Okay.
Yeah. For the rangies, yes. For melees, they've created what they wanted to do that worked for them, and I just didn't argue with it because it worked for them.
Okay.
Wait, we have a plan?
That is what you guys convinced me you did.
Yes. Yes, we did.
Is there? Oops. I'm sorry. Okay. I did hit that right. Never mind.
Yeah, there's the invite. It was right there. I had just seen you join. I'm still waiting for... Let's see. I didn't miss anybody. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no Octave tonight. There's no Lena tonight, which is why we had Plat's here. Got Tempest Sage.
Yep.
I'm missing the Bagless. That's who I'm missing. I'll poke him.
We only have 7 people in voice as well. Also, I'm sorry about the delay. I just got my ult to Shadowbringers, and I'm legally obligated to watch the opening cutscene.
Which one?
The one with the title drop?
No, which alt?
Yes.
That is... You know what? I'm
I'm
just not
concerned.
gonna ask. I got to
I feel like
Heaven
that's a
Sword.
question that I should be asked more than Sherm. Actually, Sherm, how many ults do you have?
He has an entire FC
He has an
just to
FC.
do subs.
He's got an FC of alts
Why?
because he wanted
Because
to do
he's
subs.
farming subs.
Because I want to.
Yeah.
He saw how much goddamn money I can make with subs, so he decided he wanted to do it, and then have the pain of it, dealing it with for 2 years.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't just the money. Partially, it was the money, but it was also just like seeing like this whole other side.
Partially, it wasn't just the money. It was
Nobody
partially the
about.
money, but it was also not the money.
It's all about the Mets, Spider-Man. It's all about...
No, it's just like there's this whole other like meta game to the game of
It
submarine. I had no idea
it-
about.
fucking ended in 7.0 when you could do it with beginner shit.
All
and
right.
you don't have to do anything anymore. I send them out every 2 days, and that's it.
You okay over there, Bongo?
It's over. Yeah, I've had a bad week.
Okay. I'm sorry. That just seemed needlessly aggressive to me.
I just had like all the paperwork happen this week, so
That's fair. But try not to take it out on Sherm, please.
it's also why I'm doing the server room on a Saturday.
Oh, that's rough. Sure.
It's mainly so I don't have to interact with people right now.
All right, I just jogged now.
Yeah, I feel
I'm
that.
gonna say that's the best kind of work.
I
Do repetitive shit and no one bother you.
I can't go too much into my work now because we have new workplace harassment stuff, and one of the things is it's talking about work remotely. But I will say that the stress of entering a end product release cycle is it's bothering.
It's something.
It's not great.
I'm mildly concerned that you're not allowed to talk about your work. I mean, like,
It's
I understand not
I
talking
don't
about company secrets, but like,
so it's more like I don't want to complain in a way that could
Oh.
create a hostile work environment. Like I don't want to complain about specific people, and I have in the past done so, but we didn't have policies about that in place. We do now, and I wish to respect them because I don't want to create a bad workplace. And like, if one of my coworkers, some of my coworkers have watched my stream on Extra Life, and I don't want to create an environment where I complain about them.
yeah, you just
And then
don't
have
wanna
to
talk
go to
about
work
the
with them.
bug from accounting, right?
Yeah. I actually have to be careful because I do work with a guy who is super hypercompetitive named Steve, but I have always joked that Steve is the guy that is the name I specifically use as like generic corporate guy.
Oh, yeah. It's actually my dad's name.
It's my middle name.
Oh.
It's close to mine.
I don't know why.
Esteban.
I just now thought of the
It
whole
nickname, but I don't go by it.
from like abridged.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not because you said Steve, but like every time a single syllable name is uttered, I think to the lines that Frieza does. It's like the Ginyu Force are getting wiped away, and all the Dragon Balls are gone, and now I gotta pay off all these telephone line minutes because Zarbon kept Skyping his girlfriend, who I'm pretty sure is a guy named Chuck.
I would have also accepted Steve from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
I don't remember Steve from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
God.
It has been a millennia since I have done it.
You know, there's only two abridged series that I ever watched. That was SAO abridged and Helsing abridged.
SAO abridged made me almost want to actually like SAO, and then I went and watched the first episode again and went, nah, it's definitely still hot garbage.
Like, SAO Abridged, honestly, to me, redeemed SAO. Not to the point where I want to watch it again, but where I don't feel bad about, watching it in the first place.
It is, or was, this was the last time I talked to my brother about anime was like 7 years ago. It was his favorite anime, and I watched the first episode and I'm like, I don't get it.
I mean, for better or for worse, it was a good gateway anime. It was a lot of people's first anime ever. Or at least first
My
on
first
streaming.
My first anime technically was Astro Boy, but the real first anime that was like mainstream was Inuyasha.
That was technically my first anime. Well, I guess my first mainstream anime would have been Sailor Moon, followed by Dragon Ball Z, because they happened in the same hour-long block. But the first mainstream anime that I watched daily, I always went out of my way to watch, would probably have been Inuyasha.
Fucking Toonami.
Yeah.
SAO was probably the first one that I watched on a streaming service and was, tuning in for week by week to get updates. But yeah, first for me was, honestly, I'm not sure if it was Inuyasha or Dragon Ball. It was something on Toonami.
I like how there were only really 4 anime, well, technically 5.
There's Gundam.
That people actually watched back in the day that counted as the standard to get into anime. It was either Cardcaptor Sakura.
Oh my god, I don't want to talk about that one.
Inuyasha, Bleach, Naruto, or One Piece. There was the only 5 anyone ever knew about immediately.
Every 10 years there's always a new one for getting in every 5 to 10 years, and because I remember it was the first ones that I remember were Dragon Ball Z, the Gundam animes, because it depended on which sequence you got in for the Gundam animes on which one you liked. Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor Sakura, which Cardcaptor Sakura as a child watching it was perfectly fine, and as an adult I realized it's very fucked up.
Oh yeah,
very fucked up.
Did you guys know that there's a Lalafell being electrocuted to death basically in the outskirts?
No?
Excuse me?
I just found her because of the fucking Hildebrand quest by accident. She brings you over near a NPC to talk. So if you go to the main Aetherite in the outskirts teleport in Heritage Found,
quest, they haven't released a new one, have they?
I mean, there's one that I'm doing. It's bringing me to the outskirts here in Dawn Trail.
Oh, I guess the first part. Okay, yeah. The next
but okay.
part
So if you go to the coordinates, in in Heritage Found, or not Heritage Found, what the fuck is this place? No, this is Heritage Found. So in Heritage Found, if you go to the coordinates 17.8x, y 8.8y, then you'll find a Lalafell that's being electrocuted.
Hmm.
Where can I find this act of justice?
I'm happy about this Falafel being electrocuted.
I see this as an absolute win.
There's Manderville quests already in the game? I thought they were coming
Yeah.
7.25.
It's just the intro part. You're really not missing much until we get to the second part, at least.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's there.
I didn't even
I don't even know what the
realize.
story is. I've been skipping them since like the
Well,
Endwalker ones.
you didn't like them much, if I recall.
I didn't. I didn't. I respected them up until about what was it? The end of the Heavensward ones, and then I just started skipping them all because just did not give a fuck.
That's fair.
It got boring. Like there wasn't enough like balance between the comedy and the seriousness for me to give a fuck about what was going on.
I just accepted it as pure comedy,
Well,
and I saw all I wanted.
The Dawn Troll one has Detective Hardboiled.
What? Yeah, I'm skipping these.
That's his name, Detective Hardboiled.
I'm skipping these.
Hard-boiled, not to be confused with the hard-boiled detective.
He
Who
likes
is
eating
it?
hard-boiled eggs and he
I
cracks
can-
them against his forehead. I don't understand.
Who are we missing?
We're missing Bagels, which he was online. Or he is online, okay. But, I'm going to check. Did I miss, like, I'm out today? Because, I mean, Dojo's in chat, so I could hit him up if we needed to, but... You guys want to start spamming him in raid chat?
Alright, you heard it here first, folks. We're allowed to do that.
We do it all the time. It's just usually being
And-
directed at you.
Man,
I
I was
plead the
gonna
fifth.
rescue Sherm tonight. The amount of times that I would have had this opportunity are like slim to none.
Yeah, he signed up for it. I have no idea where the fuck he is.
Lucia, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Me? I'm desperate.
Yes, you.
Also a lot of things, but mostly the
You
desperate
can't be
thing.
desperate. You have a wife.
No, not that kind of desperate. Desperate to do content.
You still have a wife.
Yeah, I do have one of those.
Okay, where did you say the coordinates were, Tep?
17.8x, 8.8y.
Oh my god, Coca.
Jesus Christ, Coke.
I am
What
fully
is
convinced
that?
he
What
is...
is that even?
Nova. It's a.
Who?
It's Michelle, Mr. Nova.
Oh. Interesting.
I don't get it.
I don't know who that is, so I'm gonna just nod my head and keep moving on.
And a third-person shooter.
I'm gonna give it another 15 minutes, and at that point we would have already, like, lost an hour, and if Bagels is still not here, I'm just gonna call it, which would suck, because I know we are all excited to try to do more Froggo.
Oh, sure, you found him?
Nope.
Lucia, I will just say that.
Wait, you're doing the Hildebrand quests line, right?
Wait. 1 second, let Kojin talk, please. Yes, Kojin.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm glad you're the one that brought it up, because if you didn't, I was going to.
Having heard that you were tired, I figured, as much as I would like to get Dojel in, it was my, like... And this is no offense against you, Dojel, it was one of those, I heard Kojin say he was tired, and then we also have Bongos, who's very frustrated in general. I don't think it would have been a bad idea to call it, but I at least want to give Bagels a chance to be here. EX4 PF or Riot. I have not touched EX4. Alternatively, I have also not touched EX3.
Nor have I. Lucia, shaking your hand.
I want to do them. I actually do, especially 4 because I'm such a 9 fan. But
I only want to do them with people I know. I'm hearing the stories. Screw Party Finder right now.
It's real. Okay, 4 really isn't as bad as people are making it out to be. Learning, like, progging it like week 1 and 2 sucked. But nowadays it's really not that fucking bad.
I mean, you
But
say that,
3,
but this
yes.
is also PF we're talking about.
Yes, but realistically, 4 is a lot more forgiving than 3. 3, you can't, if you like fuck up one of the meteors, you're just gonna die.
I
Like,
was,
objectively.
you know, I was going to say
fucking ice bridges.
You know, I was going to say something EX4 from Endwalker wasn't that bad. Then I remembered EX4 from Endwalker being Barbarisha and having PTSD start triggering, and I was just not okay with this.
EX4 in this one.
I will play current Black Mage in Barbarisha. I will play current Black Mage in Barbarisha.
Damn, that's high praise.
I was gonna say that means it sounds like you need to get vengeance at some point. We need to hop in there.
I'm almost tempted. She will have weapons soon, glowy weapons soon. So getting ahead on that probably isn't a terrible idea.
Oh yeah, I guess that would
soon,
be
because they just added it for Heidelin.
That means Barbarisha ones are up next.
I kind of want to get.
You would
Are
have.
there any other glowing ones that are missing? Or?
We haven't gotten Insinger yet, and we have.
Yeah, we might get Insinger before we get Barb.
I want
Yeah,
Insinger.
you're right.
I want Insinger ones, because they are Lucia colored. By that I mean they are blue-white, which is also Lucia's hair. So I want that for her outfit.
The only reason I think we'll get Insinger first is because we didn't get Zodiark stuff.
To be fair,
Because he's
Zodiark
accessible.
didn't have weapons though.
Well, no, that's what I mean though. Because we didn't have Zodiark as like a stand-in, we only had Heidelin. Insinger would be, in my opinion, would be the next plausible one to go through.
Right.
Because that was a story-related one. Then they usually go through the. They usually don't split up the trial glowy weapons and break it up with like a story-related EX in the middle.
Who knows? They could do super glowy weapons for ARR for all we know.
I'll tell you a set that's still missing and my tinfoil hat theory onto what the next ultimate is.
What?
Go ahead.
So, we haven't gotten glowy weapons from Seed of Sacrifice. I wonder why.
I would like EX, or not EX, fuck, what's it called? ASEAN, Extreme. Or not Extreme. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, hold on.
What are you talking about? What is bro?
Ultimate.
He's trying. Yeah, I was gonna say give him a minute.
I had to go look it up. My brain had just literally stopped functioning, man.
What fight?
An extreme fight that is ASEAN themed. So you fight
Ultimate fight that is ASEAN.
or ultimate fight that is ASEAN themed. So you get like you fight Elidibus, you fight Emmett Selk, you fight La Habrea and Fusion La Habrea.
It would make sense because
We're theoretically done with their storyline at this point. I say theoretically because we don't know if there's more running around or not.
We just got Shadowbringers trio. Well, I shouldn't even say trio because, fucking Metron was there for was only there in mention. He wasn't even like a thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would just sell it. Sure, it's worth like 200k.
I'm offering to give people for free before I sell it.
Can you give it to
You
my
wanna know what's
alt?
Crazy. Well, I was actually gonna say through all the time I've played the game, I don't think I've ever gotten one. I just did an iSearch for it.
I mean, if Kojin wants it on his main, I would give it to him over me. It's just that would be cool to wear when I go to do Stormblood later.
I'm very surprised I haven't gotten one. Well, thank you.
I think that tinfoil hat theory is actually more plausible than you think because that would make sense that they do the ASEAN story next.
Right? I want it.
I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know if I would because
are they going to do a second Ultimate in Dawntrail?
I
don't know if they.
I think they said they.
The idea of it.
I don't think they've particularly. I think they've hinted in but they haven't outright said there is a second Ultimate yet. But I doubt they would let that content run dry that much.
Well, given past negative experience with Ultimates,
I would like...
Again,
Yoshi
that's.
P, Yoshi P has said
Again,
That's.
Yoshi P has
I
said the team
think-
can be discouraged.
I think it I still think it would definitely happen, but I think they will be a lot more wary with this one for good reason. And in terms of what the concept of it would be, the Ascian story is probably the most reasonable assumption.
the only other one
'Cause
I can
otherwise
think
they're
of...
literally skipping like basically all of Shadowbringers.
Actually, question: did you need to complete Eden in order to unlock Frugg?
No.
No.
You never need to complete the affiliated raid series in order to unlock the ultimate.
You just have to...
The only one that you technically would think that directly correlates was Ultima, because you have to do the main story to get to the content that would unlock Ultima.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
I could...
That's the only one that it directly correlates.
So, my next argument for an ultimate, but it just seemed like it would be really lightweight if they did it, would be the weapon ultimate.
That's
Ru-
possible.
Ruby weapon,
Yeah.
emerald
Yeah, that's what I was
weapon,
thinking as
diamond
well.
weapon.
Sapphire weapon phase. We all go in max. Fucking do it.
That would be
I mean, they've done that. They would do weirder things. I wouldn't put it past them to not do that.
Thing is,
Yeah.
what would the final phase be for that?
They do a fusion dance and you get like a Ultima weapon like fight, but it's like, because Ultima weapon is still a weapon, so you just have it absorb all the other weapons and come in and just
No.
fucking slap your shit.
No,
Or-
it's gonna be the
I
super
can't
boss
wait.
from. It's gonna be the super boss from Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3.
There was
Alternatively,
that proto Ultima weapon that Estinian fought in that solo duty. What if that comes into play?
yeah, that's true.
Nah,
They could
I
also
don't
just
think they would do
Voltron.
another Ultima weapon. I think that if they did the weapon storyline, you might fight. It might have to do with the children.
I was actually gonna say, what if it's Super Sentai? What if we get like a Megazord fusion shit? Because they're all
What they-
technically
is-
piloted.
Because what they might do is, well, the crazy theory that then is Diamond Weapon is the final boss, but you have help, air quote, from Sapphire and Emerald and Ruby.
Oh yeah, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald is gonna be trios.
Well, we don't know because the actual main trio is Ruby, Emerald, and Diamond.
Yes.
Sapphire was just an instance; it technically didn't exist for more than like 5 seconds. But in terms of a story, I mean, Diamond Weapon is the most powerful of all of them. It also embodies Xenos, so that's a ridiculous amount of power.
Mhm.
So in order to take it down, I mean, in terms of what we understand and what we dealt with those children in Gaius, maybe they might throw maybe they might have the children like not get destroyed by their mechs. Instead, they help us to destroy Diamond.
So
Al-
I like
Although
that.
you just made. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that direction with it, but if they were gonna try and like add something that pulls from like a new model or skeleton or something, again, I'm putting the tinfoil hat on. I keep asking and pleading and begging when they're gonna put more freaking Final Fantasy X stuff into here. So as soon as you said that, I thought, wait, just take all the weapons,
Blitzball!
and then I was gonna say penance, but.
I just
It is also bioengineering, so they could just have all 4 weapons in one big fucking creature, kind of like what they did with Nidhogg, Horace Vulgar, and King Thornton.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
like
Also, did we ever see the Oversoul version of the Diamond Weapon?
technically no.
Wasn't
So that
beast,
could be the
I
final
thought?
phase.
The
That
Ifrit
was
phase
just-
was kind of
Yeah.
it was not an oversoul. It was actually because I recently did it. It's actually just it getting it's basically just taking off its armor and going like Super Saiyan, but it's not an oversoul. It's just all right. I'm taking off the limiters now and punching you. It never
Wait,
oversold specifically.
I'm gonna out tinfoil all your tinfoils to make it a full-on FF7 reference. We see the weapons attempting to fuse into like some Ultima weapon, and then all of a sudden you see a giant sword slash go across the screen. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, It's the ultimate way they're putting Sephiroth in the game.
Okay. You're almost there. Not Sephiroth, but Genova.
Oh
You know what? Actually, he did it better. He did it better.
I mean, if they wanted to be really fucking weird and crazy, they could bring back Yoko Taro.
They could bring back Yoko Taro.
Bring him back. He's gonna kill one of the
Nier
twins.
was the raid series of Shadowbringers. Maybe we'll finally get the fucking.
Oh, imagine if they let
Like,
him
dude.
loose on a Nier Ultimate. Oh no.
Someone go
Wait,
pictures of Yoko Taro and Yoshi.
What's near chaotic gonna be?
That might be that.
Tracking guard at that point.
Dojo might have had a hot take there.
Oh god, what's Void Arc chaotic gonna be? That's
Diabolos.
Oh no,
It's just
that's
Diabolos.
Diabolos. Oh
Diabolos.
fuck.
He,
For
he
sure.
literally
Oh, no.
has multiple
Why
phases.
can
It's
we
just
not-
Diabolos.
Why can
Oh,
we
fuck.
never teach that man a lesson?
Because we can't.
Because in terms of, well, the thing is also, so they did Eden, they did the raid series, and then in terms of the
Yeah.
Shadowbringers content, it might not even be. I mean, what they could also do is technically Sin Eaters. They may not even do the Asians.
They could do Sin Eaters. That was a
That'd be
big
interesting.
part of the fight. I would say the Asians were a bigger part of the fight, but yeah, they could do Sin Eaters.
Tesseline
The pro- I
Ultimate.
think
Why?
the problem they would have is they literally just did a light and darkness motif. So to double down on it might get a little
Damn it.
redundant.
I can't go to the lightning anymore.
I mean,
Also, I did just have a thought for
maybe-
chaotic. Math robot
Sorry,
chaotic.
but-
Okay, but
Oh,
that's
no.
actually
Robot.
probably going to be the chaotic for them.
I fucking hate that robot.
I love that robot.
No damage, completely untargetable for the entire fight, but you have 90 minutes to solve calculus.
You know, another tinfoil hat theory. They could do a time-based raid because if you think about it, the Crystal Tower is not supposed to be there. The whole point, the whole reason that we even have Shadowbringers is because Garland Ironworks and Grahatia and the entire tower to the past. Not to mention
From the future.
motif of Emmett's. What Emmett Selk did was he brought the past into the present via his illusions. And the
And
whole
when
point
you
of this
think
is
about it-
the final days, which is the past. You deal with what his future might be. He tells you to remember what they could do some time bullshit. It's entirely possible.
When you think about it, so when we did time travel into I was about to say into Eden, into Elpis, we sort of closed that time loop. I mean, there's people nitpicking the shit out of it, but like we closed that time loop. But there is still that timeline that Graha came from, where the Eighth Umbral Calamity happened. So
Right.
what
So
if
that's
we
a branch
found
that's
something with that.
Yeah, because that's the thing. That's a branch that's I guess they just assume it's a dead end of a timeline. Because it's kind of the same thing that Avengers did. Like in order to have certain things happen, you have to fuck up one of the other timelines. The only
Yeah.
difference is that the Avengers put it back together so that the timeline they fucked with didn't get fucked with.
Yeah,
But
it's,
unfortunately, they still fucked with it because Loki got away, and that's why the Loki show exists, because they fucked with that secondary timeline.
that's like the only show I like that's come out since frickin'.
Watch Deadpool and Wolverine. That's a good one.
I
There we
mean,
go.
yes.
But anyway, in terms of the timeline stuff, yeah, like the Eighth Umbral Calamity timeline, they just stopped. It just because I think it's also assumed that the Black Rose just killed everyone because.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. It is 10:30. So for those who want to sleep or do other things, that is.
I don't want to roll with this tinfoil hat stuff. So
I mean, I'm perfectly okay sitting here doing it. I'm just going to re-rack, and if people want to do an
Can I go
expert,
does anyone need expert?
Yes.
I haven't done expert yet today. I didn't. I thought I did, but I guess I hadn't.
Okay.
You guys could go do
So,
expert. So it would be Tim.
Who am I inviting?
Legend.
Me.
Well, you're all in different worlds, so I'm gonna put up a private party, private party PF again.
Say that 5 times fast.
Thank you for
Nope.
coming today, Koka.
Hey, thank you, Koha.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
I think we see you tomorrow
also,
too.
Lucian, plans for
Possibly,
once
but
have actually
yes.
solidified for in group that wanted to meet, so I will not be able to be there tomorrow.
Okay. Amp, I need you
Wait,
tomorrow.
Wait, hold on a second. Pull up Private Party Finder. There's a Ren Fair going on.
Yeah. So private PF under mine under Temperance 1221.
Yay. Also, while I was browsing in there, I saw one of our
Oh my
main
God, start.
black mages has a party up in there.
I will.
Explore!